Otto, I'm here in A. What is about other side? What is in A?
Yes.
What is about dreaming in another language? When I was younger, I had a girlfriend in France, and I was in love with her. When I come back to Germany,
That's how you learned French, then.
Yes, I think. But other people told me that it is common when you are just in contact with another holocene, that you are starting dreaming. Have you experience in that?
Well, what I have seen and what you may find in literature is that when you're learning a language, it's very normal they say they have it as a turning point of the assimilation, acquisition of a different language, the effect of dreaming in this language. So if you dream in another language, it may point out that you are really finally assimilating that language. That's one point. The other is, you have to see if it's merely a dream or a lucid projection or a semi-conscious projection. You may see, because another thing that you may have is contact with extraphysical consciousnesses in that language because of the environment you were in. Maybe you have talked to extraphysical consciousnesses in French, or you see, it may not have been just a dream, just like that song. So you gotta check that. But it's normal to dream in a different language, it's normal, and it may happen in different contexts. When you already mastered that language, it's normal.
A second question is about children. I've heard when children growing up and parents make it bilingual, that it is better when the one part of the parents, for example, the mother speaks in one language and the father in the other language, that it goes better for the child to understand better the language. Have you experience in this? Or why does it?
I don't have experience in this because my schooling and my breeding was only in Portuguese. So my languages came just when I first started learning English. I was 9, so I didn't have a real factual experience with this. But if you take authors in bilingualism, you're talking about bilingualism. It's a very common method to develop bilingualism in children. They call it two parents, two languages. It's a kind of approach. So either one or the other, they speak one language. So he may speak English to the father, German to the mother, or vice versa. So it's normal to develop. What happens is bilingualism is that as the children grows, they have to see, for example, if the schooling, another example on what you're talking about, if the schooling is in, you are in Brazil, okay? Your schooling is in Portuguese, but at home you used to speak German. But as you grow up, German becomes kind of a feeble, you don't pay much attention, it becomes weaker, your parents don't speak German anymore. So Portuguese will overlap, will overcome, will take over the other language. So it may happen that you could have been a bilingual, but with the course of time you forget that first language.
The third question is about comics. When children learn a language, I think it is good to use also comics, because you have just a scene with snapshots. When you have just a sentence, and then the continuous is just to be thought, and then the next sentence comes. I think it is a good idea for the children to learn a language. What did you think about it?
I agree, I totally agree, and I think it's good not only to children, but also to adults. I have already used that, because when you're learning a second language, you're kind of a children in that language. So if you take comics, you will see how it is done, how children learn that language. It helps a lot. I have done that with English. And you take songs, for example, those little songs to children, it helps too. So you may take advantage of everything you find to improve your process.
Obrigado.